answer this question of should we impose mandatory early start remediation on all remedial students in Cal State, I think we have to first ask, why is there this remediation problem in Cal State? Why is it so big? And the first and simplest answer is that we have a problem in California getting all the eligible Cal State students up to university level work by the time they come here. The master plan for higher education says that the top third of your graduating class is eligible for Cal State. But when we test them at a Cal State, we find out huge numbers are what we call remedial. They're not up to speed in math or English or both. It would be one thing if that rate of remediation was the same at every Cal State or coming out of every high school. But all the data shows that the remediation is worse in high school areas where poverty is worse. And those are the communities where the students are overwhelmingly students of color and also white Californians. So we have an inequality, an injustice, if you will, where some students are doing the work they're supposed to, getting the grades they're supposed to, becoming eligible for Cal State, but they're far behind other students. And it's an inequality because we find Cal State LA, Cal State Dominguez, serving huge minority and low-income populations, they have remediation rates above 80% of everyone who's admitted, whereas other Cal States are at 40%. Now, if we're clear on that inequality, now we can look at early start remediation. Because if we start to impose one more obligation on remedial students, we are imposing something that socioeconomically and ethnically is unequal.
I grew up in East LA, and if I look at where all of my childhood friends are and where they have ended up, there's a stark difference in relationship to where they're at compared to where I'm at. A number of my childhood friends that I grew up with are no longer here. They're buried and or they are locked up. They're incarcerated for them getting involved in other means of survival since they didn't have the same opportunities that I did with education. So the educational process for me was one that was extremely important. It allowed for me to be able to come back to Cal State LA, for example, and to be able to teach and to organize and to work with students and to fulfill my dream of contributing and giving back to the community that gave me so much. Currently, now I am a PhD candidate in sociology at one of the top 25 sociology graduate programs in the United States. So I really feel it was that time of exploration, of not being forced to have to remediate, that allowed for me to be able to really explore what I want to be doing in the future. I feel remedial students are key to our society because it's those remedial students who go back into their communities. It's those remedial students who become the next teachers, the next social workers, the next school counselors. It's those remedial students who go back to empower, to fight, to struggle for social change, to make their communities better, to make their neighborhoods better, and to build a social world in which there's more egalitarianism.
When I first came to college, I wasn't up to par in my math, and that was a weak subject for me. And so being a part of the Educational Opportunity Program here at Cal State University, it gave me an opportunity to gradually become better at the subject. The high school preparation for math was not up to par, and I feel like it's not my fault. I feel that students in my situation need a second chance.
When I graduated from high school, I felt I was ready to attend a four-year university. I had decent grades in high school. I had 3.5. and my grades were usually A's and B's, but when I attended Cal State LA, I was tested into remedial English and remedial math, and I just thought to myself, how could this be? I didn't understand how I did so well in high school, but tested into such low math and English classes. Without the remedial courses to help me along the way, I think it would be a struggle for me. As of now, I have a solid 3.0 average, and I think without the remedial classes, I would have fallen behind in my other classes that would prep me. I was looking for work during the summer, and I also went to a community college to take a couple of classes there. Although I tested into remedial, I believe that I should be at a foreign university because I did well in my GE courses as well as my remedial classes.